All right, we've got 11 minutes of core work. No props are needed. Take breaks if you need them and head to your downward facing dog. We'll get started on all fours. Lift your hips up and back. Press your chest toward your thighs. Heels toward the ground. And if you want to pedal out through your feet here, you can bend into one knee and then the other. You can find stillness. Whatever works. And then we're going to roll forward into our high plank pose, shoulders over the wrists, and pause. Then come back to your downward facing dog, doing that 4 more times. Inhale to plank pose, core is nice and tight, pressing evenly into the hands. Back to down dog. Inhale, plank, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to your plank. And this time we'll reach the right hand to the left ankle, come back to plank, and then opposite arm to opposite ankle, reaching left over to the right. We'll do this 5 times each side, coming back to down dog as we reach. Hand for the ankle or maybe just the shin. Couple more each side. Coming back to your plank with shoulders over wrists as you reset. Good. Last 2 here. We're going to come to a high plank pose and hold it. Activate the core and then shift your weight slightly front to back, almost like you're getting ready for your chaturanga push-up. Your shoulders will come over the wrists and then back, pressing into the heels. Keep the hips lifted. And then we'll come into shoulder tap. So opposite hand to opposite shoulder, left reaches for right, right reaches for left. We're trying to keep the hips as stable as possible. Really nice and tight. Imagine you have something on your back and you're trying not to let it spill. Pick up the pace, go a little faster. If you want to keep that slower pace, all good. Last few here. Good, we'll come back to a plank pose and we're going to lift our right toes off of the mat just a few inches. If you need to bring your left knee down, you can modify that here. Not holding for long. Replace that foot and then lift the left toes up off the mat just a few inches. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. If you need to bring your right knee down, you'll do that here. Good. From here, we'll come to the outside of your right foot, inside of the left, turning on the obliques, getting into the side waist. Keep the hips lifted nice and high. Hold it here. Good. Come back through center, and then we'll take it to the other side, outside of the left foot, inside of the right. Oomping into the arms. Good, and then we'll come back to plank and hold it for 10 seconds. Really nice. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring your knees down if you need to. We're going to lower to the belly to the count of 5 on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come onto your forearms. Come into a Sphinx pose. We'll take a little break. Pull your heart through your arms. Take the gaze up. Come onto the tops of your toes. And then we'll take our gaze over the left shoulder, back through center and over to the right shoulder. And then make your way onto your back. Arms overhead, legs out long. We're going to reach opposite hand to opposite foot once again. Right arm reaches for the left. Left arm reaches for the right, making sure that your shoulders lift up off the mat. Few more here. You can bend the knees if you need to. Good. Make your way up to a Navasana. Plug the shoulders into the sockets. Lift the feet up to tabletop pose. tighten the core. You can grab the back of your thighs if you need to. You can bring your feet down to the mat if you need to. Do what works for you. Bring your hands to the heart center in a prayer. We're going to come into Navasana twists, tapping your elbow on the mat below you, behind you. Keeping your core nice and tight and seeing how still you can hold your legs. Again, drop your feet if you need to. We're doing it 9 times. Twist, reach, tap. Couple more. Really nice. We're going to lower down to our Ardha Navasana, so just the low back is on the mat. Feet are hovering, and then come back up to Navasana. We'll do this 8 times. Lower and lift. Ardha Navasana, Navasana. Good. If you need to go a little slower, all good. Getting a little tough here. Bend the knees if you need to. Good. Last couple here. Put your feet down. Take your hands behind you. Pull your heart up. Push the heart forward, and then lift your hips. Come into a table toes for a little break. If you like to drop your head back here, you can. Lower your hips back down. Good. We're going to raise the right leg to the sky. You can leave your left leg bent, or you can lift the leg to a hover, your choice, your level of intensity. And then we're going to lower the right leg to meet the left 3 times. Maybe not. You can leave it the right leg lifted. You can bend that left leg on the ground. 1 more lift and lower, keeping your shoulders lifted. And then we're going to bring the left leg to meet the right. Again, you can opt out. Drop your head back if your neck needs a rest. Good, then take both arms outside the right leg for a twist. And we're going to go back and forth for these hovering skaters. Twisting outside, getting into the obliques. You can bend the knees here. You can take the hands behind your head. We will get to bicycles later, so up to you. Few more here. Twist and reach. Keep the shoulders lifted. We're going to hold it to the left. Squeeze, 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 and lift. Then the left leg will lower to meet the right, and we'll do that 3 times. You can bend the right knee, stamp the foot on the mat. And then the right leg will lift to meet the left. We'll do that 3 times. Good, we're just going to hold here in this lifted posture, feet to the sky. Feel free to bend your knees to tabletop or put them on the ground. Then we'll all bend the knees to tabletop. Press the hands into your thighs and squeeze. Thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Getting a little tough, a little spicy. Push, push, push. Good, straighten out. Take a stretch. Bend your knees. We're going to take the right leg over the left for eagle legs. Take your arms to the sky. Your left arm is going to be on top for a wrap. And we're going to take this eagle posture into crunches, bringing the 2 ends together, knees to elbows and elbows to knees. Squeeze, lower, lift, lower. 10 times. 3. Squeeze. Tapping the toe down, coming all the way back, bringing the 2 ends together. Good, just a few more. Oh, just kidding. Switch it out. Left leg on top of right. Arms to the sky. Your right arm will go on top this time. And then 10 more here. We're going to crunch it out. Squeeze the 2 ends together. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Really nice. Last 5. 3. and 2, and 1. Good. Release that down. Uncross your legs. Take your hands behind your head. We're going to do a classic crunch, bending your knees, lifting the chin to the sky. Looking for an uplift, getting your shoulders off the mat. Squeeze. Squeeze. Again, using the breath here. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Taking it into a bicycle, just lift the knees, cross opposite elbow to opposite knee. Hovering the straight leg above the mat. Wringing it out. Hold to the right for just a second. Hold to the left. Hold to the right. Hold to the left, and then we'll go back to our normal pace. Finishing it out with these bicycles. Good. Come down. Hands to the mat. We'll take a bridge to release that. Press your hips up. Press your palms down into the ground. Lower down. Cross your ankles. Roll yourself up. Good work. Thanks for joining me.